Spiritually dynamic individual who is attempting to manifest through the strong passion, desire incorporated within the functioning system of the law of will, when trying to overcome the prevailing static of opposing streams of will for opposing agendas. This individual may surpass the strength of the will of the opposition by aligning with the actualized higher selves of the opposition. Their will, in their poignancy and stream, combining one's own spiritually dynamic stream of will to reverberate a far greater expression of passion and will to help manifest and plant the benevolent stream into the actualized now. This is a key principle to the law of will. When conducting such, a key rule for the spiritually dynamic individual is that the individual may not be in a stream of polarities. The individual may not be in a stream of us versus them or me versus him. The individual must be in a stream of complete recognition of the sanctity in all, in the sanctity in the will of all. For only in this way will the individual be able to cascade the eternal will of the higher selves of the opposition and blend it within the benevolent stream of the spiritually dynamic individual, of which he is trying to implant for the greater benevolence and intimacy for all. Should the spiritually dynamic individual fall into fragmentations of hierarchies and competition and victimhood or victory, these streams will negate any possibility of fusion with the individual's personal will and desire from planting itself in a nexus and unison with the higher selves, actualized selves, the will and stream of the opposition's higher actualized selves playing in eternity. Such an individual must maintain singularity in perception, in recognizing the benevolence in the streams and operations of all. There can be no hierarchy and there can be no judgment. An individual cannot pursue honor or pride or any form of rank when conducting such resonance, for the individual must recognize themselves as merely an extension of the collective benevolent light of all, without any prejudice, hierarchy, or form of privilege. The individual must recognize the sanctity within the oppressor, the sanctity within the individuals that are of service to self and of an expression of dominion at the expense of another's freedom. The individual must maintain the eternal worthiness of all streams that surround them throughout their operational function of implementing the law of will in conjunction with the higher selves of the opposition and its prevailing static. Only in this way can a spiritually dynamic individual hope to reach a passionate cadence of which may transcend the prevailing static and density of consciousness of the unawakened and service to self I am resonances in the prevailing circle and stream, the arena of that place and time and now. Individuals who are serious about sixth density, I am that I shall be, and service to all, must harness this stream of singularity without prejudice, and truly benevolently exude compassion for all in all forms of expression that have resolved into primitive forms of service to self at the expense of freedom of another. They must exude a concordant love, a harmonic compassion, and a healing reunion of mercy for all within their circle and beyond, to help usher and perform a fusion with the higher selves of their opposition of lower density within their circle. Only in this way can a portal be opened for the enlightened aspects of the opposition to pour forth their stream of will to add to your prevailing momentum, to help usher and nurture through a manifestation and portal for the musics of the great enlightened future to implant within the reverberations of the prevailing now. Such is the law of will.